Hello and welcome. I am very happy to have you here. I am Vivian, an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I believe that you are here today to complete the Dosha Questionnaire to find out what's your dosha and what's your digestive type. So what I want to do is to do this test with you. We're going to do it at the same time together. Whereby I will be reading the questions and you would be answering on a piece of paper. So you need a pen and a paper. And if you can do it on a computer, it might be better because you might be able to see the questions a little bit bigger on your screen. But if not, I will be reading the questions out and we can do it together. So we have 19 questions to answer. And at the end of it, you will have the results of your dosha. And we will talk a little bit more about what it means and a little bit about the digestion as well. So I will share my screen with you now. So here we get to the point that we talk a little bit about why do we want to find out about our dosha, why is it important, and what is important about learning and finding out about our digestive type. And according to Ayurveda, knowing your dosha, it's knowing how you express in life, to know your tendencies and know how to feed your body and to feed your mind with foods and activities in order that your body is full of health, so you can live a life that is a long life with vitality, with well-being, with happiness, and with what we call the lack of a disease. So let's get going to our first question. What we have here, the way that I put the questionnaire for you to answer is you are going to think about how you are today and what of these answers it's mostly agreeing with you today. So you have to pick in between letters A, B, and C for all 19 questions and writing down on a piece of paper if you chose A, B, or C. So because Ayurveda is a holistic science that takes into account the body, mind, and the emotions, we have questions that will be asking things about your physical body, about your emotions, about your digestion, and about your tendencies. So the first one is about your physical structure, your body. So please answer A if you find that your body is a fragile body and is a thin frame. Answer B, please, if you find that your body is of a moderate build and it's quite easy for you to gain muscles. And you may answer C if you find that you have a large frame and a strong build. So sometimes you might find in some of these questions that you are in between answers. And what I would like you to do is just to pick the one that you find that it's most agreeing with you at this moment of your life. Second question, you may pause the video whilst you answer the questions, but I'm doing that with you as we go along. So the next question is about your weight. So is your weight, are you hard to gain weight? Your weight is quite slim? Are you quite light person? Or letter B, you are of a moderate weight and you gain and lose weight quite easily. Or letter C, that you are heavy and hard to lose weight. You have a tendency to put weight on. So please pick one of these letters as your answer. Then we've got a question about your skin, both the skin of your face and the skin of your body. Does your skin tend to be dry, cold, and without lustre, or it tends to be soft, oily, and you get a tan quite easily? Letter C, is it moist and cold? So this is to do with your skin. Then we move on to answer a question about the hair. How is your hair today? Is it a thin and dry hair? Is it thin and oily with the gray hair appearing early in your life, if you have gray hair? Or is it thick and oily? So please answer one of them for your hair. Then we move on to the eyes. How do you see your eyes? How do you find that your eyes present in this life? Is it small, dry, and sunken in the sense that when you are tired or when you are overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally imbalanced, do you find that your eyes, you have developed dark circles under the eyes and your eyes become quite a window to your emotions, that we can clearly see that you are not in a very good place? Or your eyes are mostly alert, they are light colored and easily inflamed? Or let us see, are your eyes big and deep? Now we move on from your body appearance, we move to the appetite and the digestion part of the questionnaire. So with regards to the appetite, I would like to know whether your appetite is variable and if you tend to forget to eat. What does this mean? Are you a person that can easily skip meals without much problem? Or perhaps you are a little bit on the B letter, that you have a very strong appetite and you get irritable if you go without food for too long. Or you are letter C, perhaps, they have a moderate appetite, but it's a constant appetite. So day after day, your appetite pretty much is the same in terms of the strength and in terms of when you find that the time of the day that you have most of your appetite. So this is a very important question that helps us to find out what sort of digestion you have, and we can feed your body according to your dosha and according to your appetite. Another question about your digestion is, A, do you feel that is okay skipping your meals? Letter B, do you tend to have heartburn and reflux? It can be occasionally, or it can be as often as daily or most days. And letter C, you don't have much appetite in the morning, or you tend not to have appetite in the morning and you are happy with only 2 meals a day. So this is to do with your digestion. Still on the digestion topic, do you have a tendency of feeling gassy? Do you tend to be bloated and having burps? Letter B, do you often have indigestion or discomfort after eating? Or letter C, do you feel heavy and lethargic after eating? And it can be a light meal and you feel that became a little bit heavy for you. So pick one that most defines you at the moment. Then we talk a little bit about your thirst. How is your thirst? Is it variable? Are you happy to go without water for hours? Is your thirst an excessive thirst? Do you always have a water bottle next to you and you sip water throughout the day? Or let us see, you have a moderate thirst. Now we talk about your elimination habits. So thinking about your stools, are your stools dry, hard, and you feel that you're often constipated with straining when you go to the toilet? If that's the case, you please answer letter A. If you find your stools tend to be soft and you have a tendency, that could be a mild tendency to diarrhea, then your answer is letter B. If you find that your feces are normal in consistency, sometimes they can be a little bit oily, sometimes the output of your elimination is quite high, then your answer is letter C. Now we come to the sensitivity to the weather. So if you find that you are more sensitive to cold, dry, and wind weathers, then you answer A. If you find that you are sensitive to heat, fire, and sunlight, so for example, you go to the beach and you find that you burn very easily, or the light really affects your eye, you can't really bear much light outside, then your answer is letter B. And if you find that the cold and humidity, it's what bothers you the most, then your answer is letter C. Here we talk about the tendency to disorders or symptoms of certain disorders. So if you have a tendency to feel pain in the body, you have a tendency of developing arthritis, or you are already on the path where you can see that arthritis is something that you might need to look into, or you have a tendency for nervous system disorders, meaning agitation, anxiety, insomnia, monkey mind, as we say, then please select letter A. If you have a tendency to be feverish, to develop inflammation, infections, if you find that your liver is quite sensitive and you are prone to digestive disorders, your answer is B. If you find that quite often you get congested on your airway, so your respiratory tract finds that when you get a cold or a flu, you struggle to clear that phlegm, you have an excessive amount of mucus, you tend to put on quite a lot of edema, so you find that your skin retains quite a lot of water, and you have respiratory problems in general, then your answer is letter C. Moving on to your physical aptitude, do you classify yourself as somebody that is very active? Are you a moderate in terms of your physical aptitude, or you are not so active and does not like exercising? So please answer according to your physical aptitude. This is your general presentation in a normal day, in any given day. Do you find that you are very hyperactive, that you have this tendency of being agitated, or starting one thing and then moving to the next thing, or finding that you are multitasking quite a lot, and the concentration at sticking to a task at one time, it's quite a challenging thing for you? Your letter is A. If in general you are efficient, you are a competitive person, you are kind of, moderate in terms of your attention span, and when you apply yourself to a task, if your attention there is of moderation, then your letter is B. If you are slow and hard to get started with things in general, or even with your day, then your answer is C. Now, with your mind, is your mind a mind that is always thinking? There is always something running on the background, or you find that your mind is organized and is alert and is sharp? You can have loads of thoughts, but they are organized. They are not taking over your day and running your day, and you're changing focus quite a lot. You can compartmentalize things in your mind in a way that you can stay alert and focus. Or letter C, are you of a slow and very calm mind? Now, to do with your emotions, do you find yourself shy, insecure, and unpredictable in terms of your emotions? Do you find that you're mostly irritable, jealous, and overly ambitious at times? Or do you find that your emotions are quite calm, and you have this attachment to people and things that is quite prominent in your personality? With regards to your organization and your home or your workspace, letter A, if you do not mind messy places, you are quite okay being in a messy place. or if you're very organized and very methodical, somebody that wakes up in the morning, you have your to-do list and you know exactly how you want your day to be, or you are a person that loves collecting things, so your home is full of little souvenirs from all over the world, the trips that you've made, drawings from your children, and things like that. So then your letter is letter C. Now, a question about your memory. How do you find your memory? Are you quick to learn but easily to forget? Do you find that you read a book and then after a month you can't really remember anything about the book? Then your letter is letter A. If you find that your memory is quite sharp and clear, then please choose letter B. If you find that your memory, you are very slow, not very slow, but you are slow to learn, but you have an excellent memory. You will remember and you would have a good recall many years to come, then please choose C. With regards to your speech, when you talk, are you quick? Do you talk a lot? Do you jump from one topic to another? Are you argumentative, convincing, and do you like a debate? Or do you find that your speech is quite slow and steady? So the speech also tells a lot about you. Now, sleep, one of the pillars of Ayurveda, very important. How is the quality of your sleep? Do you find that it is quite light and agitated? You tend to insomnia? Do you fall asleep and very shortly you wake up, or anything that disrupts you with noise, with light, wakes you up, very light sleepers? Then please choose A. If you have a sleep that is moderate, you close your eyes, take some time, but fall asleep and stay asleep until the morning, then is a moderate sleep. Please pick letter B. If you find that your sleep is quite heavy and tends to be excessive, like a person that is really attached to the bed and really like to sleep, then your letter is letter C. Now think about emotions. So let's think about positive emotions here. So I have a question about positive emotions and one about negative emotions. So if you had to pick one of these words, adaptability, courage, and loving person, which one do you think would define you better? Now, you can tend towards two of them, or you can have the three of them, which is lovely, but there is always one that will probably be a little bit more defining of you. So please be honest with your answer and you pick one. And now about the negative emotions, please do the same. When you are not in a good place, do you feel that there is quite a lot of fear, insecurity, anxiety, and worries in your mind? Do you find there is a lot of rage and irritation? Are you a very reactive type of person? Or let us see, when you have a negative time of your life, you find that you have this attachment, excessive emotions, overly dramatic, crying very easily, then pick letter C. Now we come to the end of the questionnaire. So what I would like you to do now is count on a piece of paper how many A's you have, how many B's you have, and how many C's you have. And based on that, you will have an overview about how is the distribution of your Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and if there is one or perhaps two that is more predominant in your physiology and in the way that you experience life, or perhaps is an even balance. Perhaps you have as much Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, which is all okay. And now we are going to talk a little bit more about what this represents and why Ayurveda focuses so much on finding what is your dosha. So the importance of it is when you know what your dosha is as if you have a key to this lock and you can unlock this door and you can feed yourself with activities and foods that are mostly contributing to who you are in terms of the 5 elements of the nature. So what the dosha means, a dosha, vata, pitta, or kapha, means that is the quantity of the air element, the ether element, the fire, the water, and the earth that is present in your body. And I'm aware that I missed a letter here because I'm also doing that in Portuguese, and in Portuguese we say ar for the word air. So apologies for the typo there. But looking at the body types here, we can see an illustration of a vata, a pitta, and a kapha physical presentation. So you can see that a vata person has a predominant element of the ether and the air as their 2 main elements out of the 5. A pitta person will have the fire and the water as the 2 predominant elements, and the kapha will have the water and the earth as the predominant elements. So you can see how, for example, the earth element is more present and evident in the kapha dosha. So the person will have a stronger build. You will have a more solid frame because of the element earth being more present in the body, having more earth than the other elements. And with the fire person, with the pitta person, the fire being very present in the body. So the person is more sensitive to heat and sunlight, for example. So that's how most of the vata, pitta, and kapha will present in life if they are balanced, okay? So looking into more details about what the vata dosha means. So when a vata is out of balance, there is a tendency, it doesn't mean that it has to happen, but there is a tendency for hypertension, constipation, weight loss, weakness, arthritis, a person that is prone to worry and insomnia, and some digestive challenges. But these digestive challenges are to do more with bloating than heartburns, for example. Okay, and when the vata is in balance, the vata is a person with excellent agility, tends to have slightly dry skin or hair, but that doesn't really affect too much. Is a thin-framed person, is a person very creative, very energetic. We can see the artists here. Our artists tend to have quite a lot of vata in them. Is a person that is very flexible, adapt very easily, loves excitement and new experiences. So this is predominant vata when it's in balance and out of balance. And here I have done the same thing for the pitta. When the pitta is out of balance because of the excessive fire element, the person will have a tendency for skin rashes and problems in digestion in terms of reflux, heartburns, acidity, okay, very common. There is an excessive body heat, so the person tends to sweat a lot, and sometimes the sweat has an odor of very sour odor. So that is also an indication of a pitta aggravation, a pitta imbalance. Is a person that is very short-tempered, reactive, and argumentative. Okay, and when the pitta is in balance, then we see that is a person with a perfect digestion, has a very beautiful complexion, both of skin and hair, has a strong and healthy appetite, is very precise, is very sharp, direct, and outspoken. So here, think about politicians, for example. Politicians, CEOs, and people with leading positions, they tend to be pitta predominant doshas. And this fire, when it's well placed in your physiology, gives you all these qualities. And we come to the kapha dosha. So the kapha dosha is more earth and water. predominant elements. And when kapha is out of balance, the person tends to want to sleep excessively, tends to put on weight and finding hard to lose weight, tends to suffer from asthma, another typo there, tends to suffer from asthma and respiratory tracts, tends to accumulate water in this upper part of the body. So that's why sometimes when they have colds and coughs, it's quite hard to get rid of the excessive phlegm. Because of the attachment, when it's out of balance, a kapha tends to have depression if it stays out of balance for too long. And you can see quite a few cases of diabetes when the kapha is out of balance. Is a person that is resistant to change and has a little bit of a stubborn mind. And when kapha is in balance, is a very lovely person, has great stamina, large and soft eyes, strong build, thick hair, smooth skin, is a very loyal, patient, and steady person. So here I have listed a few ways that we could work together to understand a little bit more about your dosha and your digestion, and how we could put together a treatment plan that works for you, so you know exactly what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat according to your dosha and digestion. So I offer a discovery call. That is something that you can book on my website. It's a complimentary 15 minutes call where we can meet and you can ask me questions before you decide if one of the treatment packages that I have available is the right thing for you. So after that, if you decide that you would like to embark on an Ayurvedic journey with me, then we would work together on a 3 months treatment plan, and I'll be delighted to be guiding you in your Ayurvedic journey. I can offer follow-up consultations for the existing clients for us to recalibrate your digestion and your treatment plan according to the seasons. We can work together on Ayurvedic cleansing programs. So what I like to do every change of the season, and we can do that both as part of a group or on a one-to-one basis. I often do workshops and we talk about all sorts of things related to Ayurveda and how to improve the digestion, how to feed our bodies and minds in a healthy way. And I also put together for my clients Ayurvedic menu planners where we identified what are the best foods. It's really what, when, and how to eat. And we work together on a planner that fits in to your life and you can implement that with a lot of ease. So here I leave my contact details for you, and in case you want to talk to me to discuss anything in particular, I would be very pleased to hear from you. I thank you for your time, and I hope that this questionnaire and this talk has been a contribution to your health and your well-being. Thank you very much for your time.